components that have been milled from TruExterior flat stock. Duration Millwork is a company specializing in custom and stock components that complement the exterior style of every home. Provided for this surround were the components to construct a custom window trim in the field. They can also provide a prefabricated knockdown version. Each component piece was cut to fit the window size. You can see that TruExterior trim can be cut by any woodworking tool. This saw was equipped with a standard carbide tooth blade and a dust extractor to minimize dust. The sill, the head, and the crown components were all pre-cut to fit our window, including the small crown return pieces. A pocket screw jig is useful for creating blind fastening of butt and miter joints. The pocket accepts a screw to make a solid connection. Along with the polyurethane or other compatible glue, solid joints can be easily formed. TruExterior works well with a coated exterior coarse thread pocket screw. The glue is applied to the joint prior to assembly. Align the face of the trim. You can use a flat clamp to hold and align the face of the surround. Then using the coarse thread pocket screws, make the connection. Be sure not to over tighten these screws, just snug enough to allow the glue to do its job. Continue to assemble the rest of the frame using either pocket screws or through screws as in the case of the sill. To install the solid crown, we used the polyurethane glue and we screwed it from the back side of the head trim to minimize the amount of fastener filling that we would have to do prior to finishing. Between the glue and the screws, it will hold that crown firmly into position. The crown returns have polyurethane glue and they're being clamped into position and they'll be allowed to dry. If you need to accelerate the process, you can put some pins in there and get onto the next window frame. Our window surround kit is completed and ready for installation or for pre-finishing. In the case of window surrounds, it is helpful to pre-finish the trim using a high-quality acrylic paint. You can roll it, you can brush it, or you can spray it on. If you do spray, make sure that you back roll with a roller or a paintbrush to remove any bubbles that might form in the finish. Once the paint has dried, the frame can then be installed. One installation tip to save time and labor is to figure out where your locations are for your fasteners. Once you've determined that, place painter's tape over the location where these fasteners are going to be installed to secure the surround to the wall. We're using a 15 gauge pinner to be able to install this to the wall around the window. When you drive the 15 gauge pin through the painter's tape, it will leave just a small hole the size of the head of the fastener. Once the window frame is completely fastened, you can go back And you can fill all of these holes where the fasteners have been applied with the high-quality exterior filler or caulk. Once completed, remove the tape and just touch up where the fasteners were, or just touch the whole frame up, and it will save a lot of time in the overall installation and finishing of your window surround. And properly constructed with aftermarket millwork and painted, the surround is impervious to water cycling, the paint will last longer, and there is no threat of rot or decay.